Rasulullah ﷺ has mentioned, no servant conceals the faults of another servant in this world except that Allah will conceal his fault on the Day of Judgment. No individual conceals the fault of another in this world except that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will conceal his fault on the Day of Judgment. Sayyidina Uqba radiallahu anhu narrates that Rasulullah ﷺ said, whoever sees a fault and conceals it, it is like the one who saves a girl from being buried alive. If you protect someone, conceal their faults, it is as if you have a girl that was being buried alive, you have pulled her out of her grave alive. But there are conditions. There are conditions. One cannot lie to conceal the faults. Someone comes and asks you about some things they saw or something they know about a person that is evil. You can dodge the question. You cannot outright lie about that. And depending on the fault, if the fault is only exclusively harming the individual himself, then there's no reason to expose it. But if that fault harms others, then you must make others aware. We see the example of shaitan. It's going to harm everyone. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exposed it, made everyone aware. You have example of a person coming regarding a match. What do you think about this brother? I'm thinking about having my daughter marry this person. At that time to apply, let me conceal his faults, and on the Day of Judgment Allah will conceal my fault, is the incorrect application of the hadith. That limitation is, if you conceal this person's faults, then this person will cause harm to his future wife. The individual, this person is now bringing his own daughter, will be in harm's way. So to conceal his fault at that time, not acceptable. You don't have to exaggerate, but you can share the information that you have. What does it mean then to conceal someone's fault? If you observe someone who has a bad habit, such as smoking, you don't need to go around announce to the world that this person smokes, or talk about him in a bad way, or ridicule, make fun of him in front of other people. No, you can go to him and directly talk to him about it. But that smoking in itself is harming him. Yes, if a person comes and says, I'm looking for my daughter to marry this person, what do you think about him? At that point, you can expose that fault. And at the end of the day, why and how we discuss each other's fault and to whom. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke to Musa alayhi salam and Harun alayhi salam, because why? They had the authority. He gave them authority to go and talk and convince him. If we know someone is in power, someone has the authority, and we can go to him and solve the problem, rather than creating a whole militia or creating lies about the person, exaggerations about the person, spreading rumors in the community. If we cannot do that, but rather solve the problem through authorities, we can expose the evil, we can expose the fault, and get to the solution of the problem. It is not black and white. There are gray areas, and we need to discuss with those spiritual leaders that we know to figure out when to conceal the fault and when not to. But keep in mind, the default rule is, if I conceal the fault of my Muslim brothers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will conceal my fault on the Day of Judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me and all of us. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لكم ولسائر المسلمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.